I'm Jason Robinhood, and these are the stocks of the day for Tuesday, February 1st, 2022. Okay, so it is currently 3:47 p.m. here in Las Vegas, Tuesday, February 1st, 2022, and we are going to go over the stocks of the day. A great day in the stock market today. All three of the major indexes were up. The Dow Jones was up 273 points, currently trading at 35,405. The S&P 500 was up 30 points, currently trading at 4,546. The NASDAQ 100 was plus 106 points, currently trading at 14,346. The VIX currently trades at a 21 handle. That was down 11% today. The 10-year currently trades at 1.795. And let's see what Bitcoin is at. Bitcoin, excuse me. Bitcoin currently trades at 38,000, and for the past week, Bitcoin is up 5.50%. So that's a good sign for crypto traders. In this series, we go over the top 5 performing stocks from each of the major indexes. So we go over about 15 to 16 stocks, and if we can find any stocks outside of any of the major indexes. The first 5 stocks we're going to go over are for the Dow Jones. As I mentioned, the Dow Jones was plus 273 points today. So let's see what stocks got us there. The first stock is ticker symbol BA, Boeing. As you can see, Boeing 8%. Oh, okay. Yeah. Boeing was up 4.05% today. It gave a tiny back in the after hours market. That's not a bad sign. For the week, Boeing's only up 1%. For the past year, Boeing is up 6%. That's a good sign. As you can see, last year around this time, Boeing basically went all the way up. And it went all the way up until March 12th. So if you want to keep an eye on Boeing, that 269 number is an important number. And maybe the date of March 12th. You see last year, that was basically the high in this stock and sold off since then. So if it could hold that, if you can get above that 269 number and stay above that March 12th date this year, probably a good sign for long-term holders of Boeing. For the past 5 years, Boeing is up 25.36%. Not a terrible sign. The lows were in 2020, and that was $95 a share, and it's currently trading at $208. And that's not terrible. But Boeing does not pay a dividend. Next stock for the best performance stocks in the Dow Jones is ticker symbol DOW, Dow. Ticker symbol DOW was up 3.48%. It gave it a little bit back in the after hours market, 0.37%. Not too much, but it didn't give back too much in the after hours market. For the past year, Dow is up 17.54%. If you're looking for the highs in the stock, the highs last year was $70 a share, and we're currently trading at $61 a share. So you want to keep an eye on the next $9 if you can get above that $70 a share if you're looking to get into this stock. Dow IPO'd. It was a spinoff, so it kind of IPO'd about 2019. And it's positive in the past 5 years, only 17%. But you see, ever since March 2020, the stock has basically gone up. Maybe you see something around this June 4th date last year was about the highs. It's kind of sold off since then. But that's a number you want to keep an eye on if you're looking to trade Dow at $70 share. And also, this stock does pay almost a 5% dividend. It pays a 4.69% dividend. It is in the materials/energy sector. So those stocks pay extremely heavy dividends, and they have the cash fund to afford them if you're looking for a strong dividend paying stock. Next stock for the best performance stocks in the Dow Jones is ticker symbol Visa. Visa was up 2.74% today. it did not give much back in the after hours market. For the past week, Visa is up 13.77%. So this stock is in a bull market. Well, we should be looking at the past month. We're 1 month into the trading, and Visa's up 6%. It's gaining almost 1% a week. That's not a bad sign for Visa. For the past year, Visa's only up 19%. If you're looking for the highs in the stock, that occurred around last year, June 27, 2021, and the stock price was $250 a share. If you want to look at that, so you want to keep an eye on the next $18 if you're looking to invest in Visa. Can it break that $250 a share? And yeah, that was the high in the past 5 years, about 250, 249. If you can get above that 250, you will be greatly rewarded. And if you held the Visa for the past 5 years, Visa has returned 178.44%. Very good return for long-term investors. Visa pays a 0.59% dividend. It does pay a dividend, a tiny dividend for a financial stock, but it does pay a dividend. Next stock for the best performance stocks in the Dow Jones is ticker symbol GS, Goldman Sachs. As you can see, Goldman Sachs, pretty good chart today, up 2.64%. Let's see what it's done this year. For the past month, basically year to date, Goldman Sachs is basically down 6%. For the past year, Goldman Sachs is up 33%. That's outperforming the Dow Jones. I believe the Dow Jones is up maybe about 10% the past year. So Goldman Sachs is almost 3 times what the Dow Jones performance is doing. So this is a good sign. If you're looking for the highs in the stock, that looks like it occurred last November, about 3 months ago, November 2nd. And that price was $423 a share. Currently trades at $364. And for the past 5 years, as you can see, Goldman Sachs has basically been on a bull run since the lows of 2020 when it was trading at $138 a share. Wow, from $138 to $364 in the past basically 2 years. Wow, right? Yeah, 2 years, 2020, right? Wow, 138. So that's pretty good performance. Only 54% the past 5 years. You can see the chart. It was chugging along in 2017 all the way to about 2019. They didn't really do much for 2 years. So you want to keep an eye on that if you're a long-term investor in Goldman Sachs. Does it pay a dividend? Goldman Sachs does pay a 1.83% dividend. And the last stock we're going to go over for the best performance stocks in the Dow Jones today is Chevron. Ticker symbol CVX. CVX was up 2.63% today. Almost gave back a quarter of a percent in the after hours market today. Year to date, basically the past month, this stock is up almost 15%, 14.55%. Basically year to date. In the past year, this stock is in a complete bull move. It looks like it's at its all-time highs, or it looks like it's at its highs of the past year, and it's up 56%, clearly outperforming the Dow Jones by like 5 to 1, or at least 4 to 1. And for the past 5 years, this stock is only up 18%, not the most in the past 5 years. If you think about it, you can look back at 2017, right? It was 2017, 124, and it's 134 now. So wow, that's interesting, right? But it does pay a 4% dividend if you're looking for a strong dividend payer stock in the Dow Jones. Ticker symbol CVX. Almost 60% return in the past year. So those were the top 5 performance stocks in the Dow Jones. As I mentioned, the Dow Jones was plus 273 points today. The Dow Jones currently trades at 35,405. Obviously, we want to keep an eye on those 400 points. Hopefully, we could stay above those 400 points, add about another 595 points, and try to hit 36,000 on the Dow Jones. The next 5 stocks we're going to go over are the 5 stocks for the S&P 500. As I mentioned, S&P 500 was plus 30 points today. Let's see how do we get there. First stock is ticker symbol UPS. UPS had earnings out today, and you can see this stock has gone basically parabolic. Went up 14%. People were buying this hand over fist today. Very strong move for the mail delivering company UPS. For the past month, basically because it's February 1st, basically year to date, UPS is up 7%. But I mean, if you think about it, it's up 14% today. So it was down, it was basically down 7% basically yesterday. For the past year, even with the move of today, even though it's still down, UPS is up 47%. Wow, 47.76%. I believe the S&P 500 was up maybe about 20% last year. So UPS has basically doubled the S&P 500 last year. So that's a pretty good sign. And if you look at the chart of UPS, it's basically at its 5-year highs, $230 a share. You can't even look at the chart. You can't even find a number higher than that. So this stock has gone parabolic. So if you're looking at buying UPS, do realize that this stock is at its high. It says the 52-week high was $233. We'll basically say we're about $3 off of its all-time, if it 52-week high. So that's a pretty good sign. And UPS pays a 2.02% dividend. So this is a really, really strong stock you probably want to keep an eye on in 2022. I'm going to add it to my watch list because, I mean, all-time highs and, you know, starting the year off pretty positive, 14%. It may give some of that back tomorrow. But if it gains another 14%, I would like to gain, at least 7% from that. Why not? The next stock we're going to go over for the best performance stocks in the S&P 500 is ticker symbol MOS. You can see this stock was already on my watch list. I don't know why I didn't buy it. When did it go up this amount? What time was this? What was I doing? 7 a.m. 7. Yeah, it was really difficult to get in because it basically, when I woke up around 6:55. Okay. Anyway, this stock was up ticker symbol MOS was up 9.11% today and gained a quarter of a percent in the after hours market. That is a good sign. For the past year, MOS is up 66%, clearly 3 times what the S&P 500 has done. And for the past 5 years, I'm going to have to buy this stock tomorrow. Even though it's up 11% today, I mean, it's up 9%. I'm going to have to buy it tomorrow. I just have to. You can see this chart is basically at its 5 years highs. Since the bottom of $9.59 a share in 2020, this stock is now $43 a share. Wow, that's an extreme bull move. Let's see if it pays a dividend. It pays a 0.69% dividend. That's not a bad amount of a dividend for a $43 a share stock. I most likely will be adding this stock to my portfolio tomorrow. I'm going to have to keep an eye on it. 9%. It may give some of that back tomorrow, but we'll see. We'll see. I really like that chart. Next stock for the best performance stocks we're going to go over is ticker symbol TECH, Tech. As you can see, tech was up 6.68% today. That's a pretty strong move. For the past year, TECH is only up 21%. If you're looking for the highs in the stock, it looks like it happened around September of last year, and that price was $538 a share, and we're currently trading at $400. So clearly about over $100 off of the highs in this stock if you're looking to get into the stock. But clearly a long-term bull move for long-term investors. If you held this stock for over the past 5 years, this stock has returned 303.39%. If you bought this stock, let's say in 2017, you paid $100 a share, and now it's $400 a share. 403. That's 3 times your money, basically. Yeah. Pretty interesting. And it pays a 0.34% dividend. TECH, 300% return. Probably not a chart for me. I don't know why not. It's down 20% in the past 3 months, down 22% in the past month. So without the move today, this stock was down 30% in a month. Not terrible, but probably not a chart for me. Next stock for the best performance stocks in the S&P 500 is ticker symbol XOM, ExxonMobil. I believe ExxonMobil released earnings today. I think that's what this move was, but it had a really strong effect. ExxonMobil was up 6.41% today. It gave a tenth of a percent back in the after hours market. Not a big deal. For the past year to date, for the past month, ExxonMobil is up 31%. I cannot stress that enough. Clearly, the whole market was in a bear move last month. But if you were not paying attention, ExxonMobil, the S&P 500, I believe was down 3% last month. This stock is up almost 40% in the past month. A clear bull move in this chart. Please keep an eye on ExxonMobil this year. ExxonMobil is up 77% in the past year. So if you always think, oh, I may have missed it, if it could go up, who knows if it goes up another 30% next month. It probably won't. Who knows? It could drop 30% next month. But ExxonMobil, if you look at this chart, there is no highs above where we're at right now. You always have to be aware of that. The past year, ExxonMobil is up 77.16%. Extreme bull move in this chart. But look, in the past 5 years, ExxonMobil is still actually down 5%. So if you were a long-term investor and you held this stock for the past 5 years, you didn't buy any new shares, you just bought it 5 years ago, you bought your 100 shares 5 years ago, you'd probably be negative. I believe it still pays a dividend, so you'd probably be positive, but barely positive. ExxonMobil does pay a 4.59% dividend. So that's not a bad sign, but still down over 5%. Maybe that's a good sign for people who are bullish in this stock. They think that you can gain at least 5% more just to get back to where the stock was trading 5 years ago. 5 years ago. And the last stock we're going to go over for the best performance stocks in the S&P 500 is ticker symbol CZR, Caesars Entertainment. As you can see, Caesars Entertainment was up 6.12% today. It did not give any of that back in the after hours market. That's always a good sign. Year to date, past month, it's actually down 13%. And for the past year, Caesars Entertainment is actually up 14%. So it's trading basically in line with the S&P 500. If you're looking for the highs in this stock, that happened October 1st, 2021. That price was $119 a share. Caesars Entertainment is currently trading at $80 a share. So if you want to keep an eye on the stock, obviously the next $29, next $30 are extremely important if it could break that $119 a share mark this year. Wow. Caesars Entertainment. Wow. This stock is actually up 792%. But you can see if you held this stock in 2017, it was $9 a share. It jumped. It kept. And all the way until 2020, that's not terrible. So you can see the move in this stock has really happened basically since the end of 2020, and it basically peaked last year at $119 a share, October 1st. You want to keep an eye on that stock if you're a long-term investor in Caesars. Caesars does not pay a dividend. So those were the 5 best performance stocks in the S&P 500 today. As I mentioned, the S&P 500 was up 30 points today. The S&P 500 currently trades at 4,546. Obviously, we want to keep its number on that. Keep an eye on that 46 number. If we can get another 54 points to the upside, we could be trading at 4,600. But if we sell off those 46 points, we could be trading back down to 4,400. You want to keep an eye on those numbers for the S&P 500. Now, for the last 5 stocks we're going to go over are the 5 best performance stocks in the NASDAQ 100. As I mentioned, the NASDAQ 100 was positive 106 points today. Let's see what stocks got us there. First stock is Netflix. Netflix has been on a complete bull move. I believe this stock was here on the series yesterday. Netflix gained another 7% today, 0.41% in the after hours market. People were still buying this stock in the after hours market. Let's see. As you can see, Netflix is actually up 21% in the past week. We saw ExxonMobil. ExxonMobil was up 30% in a month. Netflix is actually up 21% in a week. That is, these charts are insane. But unfortunately, Netflix, even though it bounced off that low, what's the low? Where's the low at? The low looks like it was January 26th. $359 a share. You want to keep an eye, basically $100 from where we are at right now. You want to keep an eye on that $359. Does it retest that, or was that basically the bottom in this stock? But Netflix high in this stock was about 3 months ago, November 17th. The high in this stock was $691. $691. And Netflix is currently trading at $459. So this stock has a lot to move, about $200 to the upside and about $100 to the bottom if it breaks those highs or lows. Netflix for the past 5 years is clearly in a bull trend, and Netflix is up 223.60% for the past 5 years. But Netflix does not pay a dividend. Netflix does not pay a dividend. Next stock for the best performance stocks in the NASDAQ 100 is Siri. Siri, not really a good sign here. Siri was up 0.29%, but it gave back 1.78% in the after hours market. That's not a good sign. Almost gave back 2% in the after hours market. Year to date, Siri is actually up 5% for the past month. That's not a bad sign. Up, you see it bounced off that January 26th. A lot of stocks probably bounced off that January 26th number, and the lows in the stock was about $6 a share. $6 a share. Siri's actually up 5% for the past year, so maybe less than half of 8% gain each month. And for the past 5 years, Siri's actually up 40%. So you could average that up to about, maybe 8% gain every year. That's not a terrible move, right? That's not bad at all. And Siri pays a 1.04% dividend. Siri pays a 1.4% dividend. That's not terrible at all. Next stock for the best performance stocks in the NASDAQ 100 was Lululemon. Lululemon was up 3.34% today. It did not give any of that back in the after hours market. Let's see year to date. Year to date, stock is actually down 12% the past month. The past year, this stock is actually up 4%, barely up 4%. But I think the NASDAQ was only up like 5% last year or something. Maybe 10% last year. Let's say 5 to 10% last year. So Lululemon is trading below the average in the market for the most part, trading below the NASDAQ. And if you're looking for the highs in the stock, that happened at 477, and it currently trades at 344 if you're looking to get into Lululemon. The past 5 years, if you were a long-term investor, pretty strong move. If you look at this, almost 100% per year, 417.57% for long-term holders of this stock for the past 5 years. Like I said, almost 500% return for the past 5 years. You want to keep an eye on that stock this year. But Lululemon, unfortunately, does not pay a dividend. Lululemon does not pay a dividend. Next stock for the best performance stocks in the NASDAQ 100 is ticker symbol FISV. FISV. was up 0.80%. It gave a little bit more than half of 8% back in the after hours market, 0.61% back in the after hours market. For the past month, year to date, this stock is actually up 3.99%. For the past year, it's still basically trading in line, 3.98%. If you're looking for the highs in this stock, the highs was $126, and it currently trades at $108. So obviously, when you keep an eye on the next $20 in this stock, if you are looking to invest in this stock. And for the past 5 years, this stock is actually almost up 100%, 99.91%. So a pretty strong move, averaging, let's just basically say 20% return each year. Not a bad sign. That's a pretty good sign. But it does not pay a dividend. Ticker symbol FISV does not pay a dividend. Next stock for the best performing stocks in the NASDAQ 100 is ticker symbol ALGN, Align. Oh, that's a pretty good sign here. We see Align Technology was up 2.75%, and it gained more than a quarter of a percent back in the after hours market, 0.28%. So over 3% gain for Align Technology today. Oh my goodness. For the past month, the stock is actually down 22.29%. That's not a good sign. That's a terrible sign, actually. And for the past year, no, this is not a chart I would be into. This stock is actually down 5%, clearly underperforming the NASDAQ 100 and the rest of the market. But wow. Wow, this stock is interesting. But for the past 5 years, this stock has outperformed Lululemon. This stock is actually up 468.94%, so almost 500% return. You can see it kind of muddled along from 2018. It was 391, 2018, all the way, it was 317 in 2020. So probably not a chart for me, not really a long-term hold for me, but still up for almost 500% in the past 5 years, but it does not pay a dividend. Align Technology does not pay a dividend. And the last stock we're going to go over for the best performance stocks in the NASDAQ 100 is Xilinx. I think that's how you pronounce it. This should have been the number one stock, actually. It's up 11%. I did not catch the after hours market move. Clearly, maybe some earnings report here, but one of the best charts we've seen today, right? I think this is actually the best chart we've seen today. Over 11% return. Almost, I think that's 12%. I cannot do the math at this moment, but clearly over 10% return. We'll say 11% return for Xilinx today. Ticker symbol XLNX. For the month, year to date, this stock is only up 1.89% for the past year. Maybe I should look at this chart. For the past year, this stock is up 64%. If you're looking for the highs in this stock, that happened November 29th, about 3 months ago, $233 a share. It currently trades at $217 a share. So you want to keep an eye on the next about $23 in this stock. And for the past 5 years, this stock is up 273.09%. So a pretty good chart for a long-term investor. Does Xilinx pay a dividend? It pays a 0.19% dividend. Not a bad sign. And clearly it had to be bought. It looks like a earnings report. I don't think this is moving because of someone else's earnings report. So you would imagine you would probably want to keep an eye on this stock tomorrow. If people bought 10% in the after hours market, how much will people buy during the market hours tomorrow? That's a good sign when people buy an earnings report like that. So we'll keep an eye on Xilinx even tomorrow. Maybe make this list again tomorrow. So those were the 5 best performance stocks in the NASDAQ 100 today. As I mentioned, the NASDAQ 100 today was up 106 points, currently trading at 14,346 points. Obviously, we want to keep an eye on those 346 points. If we can hold that number, hopefully we can move up and trade up to 15 1,000 points. But if we can't hold that 346 points, we will be trading back down to 13,000 points. I'm Jason Robinhood. Did you discover any new stocks in this video? Do you have any great performance stocks in this video you would like to recommend to myself or the other viewers of this video? I'm Jason Robinhood. These were the stocks of the day for Tuesday, February 1st, 2022. Stay long in the stock market.